All right, let's talk about British holidays. Because if you really want to get to the heart of British culture, you've got to look at how they celebrate. And what you'll find is a fascinating story, a tale of two very different spirits, somehow living side by side.
So, what are these two spirits? Well, think about this for a second. What feels more British to you? A massive, roaring bonfire party lighting up the dark November sky with fireworks? Or an entire nation falling completely silent for a moment of shared, solemn remembrance? It's a tough one, right? But the answer tells you pretty much everything you need to know.
And this is the core of it right here, this duality. On one hand, you have this wild, almost chaotic pageantry. We're talking explosive fireworks, super quirky public races, and big community get-togethers. And on the other hand, you have this incredibly deep, solemn tradition, all built on quiet respect and national reflection. British holidays seem to ping-pong between these two extremes. So let's start with that first idea, pageantry. It's a great word, isn't it? It just means a really elaborate, sometimes totally over-the-top display and ceremony. And trust me, the British are absolute masters of it, as you're about to see. Our first stop is a journey right into pure spectacle. We're talking about holidays that are all about fire, food, and some seriously weird and wonderful fun. This is the loud, celebratory soul of Britain, out in the open for everyone to see. Okay, Exhibit A, Guy Fawkes Night. This is one of the most uniquely British holidays there is. Get this, it commemorates a failed terrorist plot from way back in 1605 to blow up Parliament. And how do the British remember this? By building enormous bonfires, setting off an insane amount of fireworks, and burning a model of the plotter, Guy Fawkes himself. It's loud, it's a little bit dangerous, and it's a massive community event. And that guy we just mentioned, the straw man they burn, the technical term for that is an effigy. It's basically a life-size dummy of a person. And in this case, it gets tossed right onto the bonfire. It's a pretty dramatic, symbolic part of the whole night. Okay, so from fire, let's move to flour. Another perfect example of this celebratory spirit is Shrove Tuesday, but pretty much everyone in Britain just calls it Pancake Day. Now, its origins were super practical. It was the last chance to use up rich foods like eggs, milk, and sugar before the 40-day fast of Lent began. But, of course, it's become wonderfully silly. Because they don't just eat the pancakes, they race with them. And this just perfectly captures the quirky side of British pageantry. Seriously, in towns all over the country, people literally run down the street, frying pan in hand, trying to flip a pancake over and over without dropping it. And we're not talking about fluffy American-style pancakes here. No, these are thin, like French crepes, and they're traditionally served with just a simple squeeze of lemon and a sprinkle of sugar. Okay, let's just take a breath. We're about to make a hard turn. From all the noise and chaos of bonfires and pancake races, we're shifting to the other side of the British soul. We're moving into solemn commemoration, where silence is way more powerful than any firework. This single number really says it all. 2. At 11 a.m. on the second Sunday of November, the entire country just stops. Cars pull over, shops fall silent, people at home stand up, and for 2 full minutes, there's just quiet, shared reflection. This is the very heart of Remembrance Sunday. This day is all about honoring the soldiers who died in World War I and in all the conflicts since. The powerful symbol you'll see on everyone's jacket is the red paper poppy, a tribute to the flowers that grew on the war-torn battlefields of Flanders. And while the royal family attends a huge formal ceremony in London, the real power of the day is in that nationwide shared moment of quiet, personal respect. The word that really defines this whole mood is commemorate. See, it's not about celebration, it's a deep, collective act of remembering and showing respect. A total and complete contrast to the fun and games of Pancake Day. So we've seen the wild and we've seen the solemn. But what happens when these two spirits collide? For that, we have to turn to the biggest holiday of them all, the British Christmas. It is the ultimate mashup of both traditions. A British Christmas dinner table is the perfect example of this. You've got the silly, chaotic fun of Christmas crackers, these cardboard tubes that you pull apart, they make a loud pop, and inside there's a terrible joke, a little toy, and a paper crown that everybody has to wear. That's pure pageantry. But then, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, many families will stop everything to quietly watch the king's formal, reflective speech. Fun and formal, all in one day. And the same goes for Boxing Day, the day after Christmas, which has gone from a day of charitable giving to a day of massive sales and watching football.
Oh, and that term for Boxing Day, bank holiday, that's a key piece of British vocabulary. It simply means it's a national public holiday, a day when most people get off work. The UK has a bunch of them throughout the year, but Boxing Day is definitely one of the most famous.
So, after exploring fire and silence, pancake races and royal speeches, where does that leave us? What is the soul of Britain, really? Let's try and bring it all together. You see, the British character isn't defined by just the loud pageantry or just the quiet tradition. The real insight, the true soul of the nation, is found in its ability to hold both of these conflicting ideas at the exact same time, to be both goofy and dignified, to be both chaotic and deeply, deeply respectful. Which brings us right back to where we started, doesn't it? A massive bonfire or a moment of silence. It turns out the answer isn't choosing one over the other. The answer is just yes, it's both. And that tension is what makes these traditions so endlessly fascinating. What do you think?